All right, Shalom. Shalom. First and foremost, we're going to give all praises, honor, glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Chakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to the hopeful elect, pushing this word in truth and in sincerity. To the Israelite foreigners, the speckled birds scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, who may look like the heathen nations. And to the very few sisters that listen and learn, to you, Shalom. All right, we're the brothers from Great Millstone, Chicago. And we're just going to hop into the Spirit is like the wind. All right, so we could touch on the new moon, since we're in the new moon right now, dictates the Sabbath. All right, it lets you know based off the new moon, which changes every month. All right, from that point on, you find out what day the Sabbath lands on. All right, anybody got scripture?
Yeah, because that's the signs and that the host of heaven is how you track time. You know, and that's in the very beginning. That's in Genesis, which I have. It's in Genesis 1. And I'll get straight to the point. Verse 14. Yeah. And the Most High, and the power said, "Let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years." So that's how we track time. And actually, this is an article that I wanted to do a sit down on, but Esau was trying to get rid of the 7-day week. They said it don't make sense, but that's because they don't go based off the moon. All right, because the moon cycles, you know, it changes every 7 days. It goes from new moon when you really can't see the moon. All right, it looks like the moon is giving off no light, you know, but then which it is, because it says it's a celestial light right here. It's a thing called invisible light. But it goes from, looks like there's no light, then 7 days go by, it goes to a half moon. Then another 7 days go by, it goes to a full moon. 7 days go by, it goes back down to a half moon. Another 7 days go by, it goes back down to new moon. And that's a full month cycle. All right, 4 weeks. And the moon dictates that because that's how you track time. And Lord willing, we're going to get it because it's a rock. It tells you that the word month,
43.
The word month comes from the word moon. When you look up the etymology of moon or month, all right, it's the same thing. All right, the word month means moon. That's why women call it what? Their moon cycle. They don't even know why they call it. They think the fucking moon dictates it. That was the case. Every woman had a cycle at the exact same time. You know, they call it their moon cycle because it's their monthly cycle.
Yeah, I got that pretty soon too. If you don't,
yeah, let me just finish. And let them be for lights in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth, and it was so, which proves the moon has its own light, man. So this devil is the devil, man. Psalm 58:1. He's a liar from the beginning. This man has turned everything upside down. All right, as wise as Esau is, he's a damn fool. He pushes lies. He's contrary to the scriptures. And the Most High set them in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth, and to rule over the day and over the night, and to divide the light from the darkness. And the Most High saw it, and the power saw that it was good. All right. But I read verse 16. And the powers made two great lights, the great light to rule the day and less light to rule the night. He made the stars also. So there you go.
All right. This is Ecclesiasticus 43:6. He made the moon also to serve in her seasons for a declaring of time and a sign of wonders. Because this is how we tell time. It's off the moon anyway. Because if you actually go off the moon cycle, it's only 354 days in a year, which make it 29.5 days in a month. So all of that stuff when Esau says 31 days in this month, it's 30 days in this month. Oh, February only had 28 days. And all that, that's really a lie because he's throwing off the time. So to be honest, I mean, we really don't know the real time according to Esau, because how Esau set everything up, he messed up everything. He threw off everything. It says the whole foundation of the earth is out of course because of him. From the moon is the sign of feast, a light that descendeth in her perfection. You know, and that you know, this is how we go off our what the Sabbath through the because we right now we in a new moon Sabbath. This is a feast day actually, you know. So this is the day where we you know we praise the Lord. You know, this is the day of rest, and then now you know how to declare the Sabbath now. Right now it's falling. It just fell from what was it Thursday, yeah, Thursday to Friday. Now it's going into Friday to Saturday now. You know.
Can you read that verse over real quick?
The whole thing.
Yeah.
This is Ecclesiasticus 43:6. He made the moon also to serve in her seasons, for a declaring of times, and a sign of wonders of the sign of the world. So like, from the moon is the sign of feast, a light that decreaseth in her profession.
So that's how we know our feast days, man. All right, when you read through like Leviticus, the 23rd chapter, it tells you on, like it is said, in the 14th day of the first month. All right. Another way to word that is the 14th day of the first moon cycle. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Now the months do have names, but it was based off what? The moon cycle. So when you get to the 8th month, you know that's the 8th moon cycle. That's how we know our feast days. So you got the new moon comes in for that month. Then you go for Passover, you go 14 days from that new moon, from that first new moon. All right. Say it's another feast day like Salakia. Let's
see. I got one.
There's still more to this one.
No, we know.
God.
You got Leviticus 23?
No, I had First Maccabees 4:52.
Hold 1 second. This is Leviticus 23 and 23. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, in the 7th month, in the first day of the month, shall you have a Sabbath, which that's the first day of every month, right? So in the 7th moon cycle, it's the first day is the Sabbath, but the reason it's mentioned is because of the next line. A memorial of blowing of the trumpets, a holy convocation. So this is extra high holy day because the Sabbath itself is a holy day, but it's extra in this one because it's the feast of the memorial of blowing the trumpets. All right, you should do no servile work therein, but you should offer an offering made by fire to the Lord. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, also in the 10th day of this 7th moon cycle. So when the new moon comes in, that's the beginning of a moon cycle, another moon, another month. All right. And you have to count those days from that new moon, all right, to get your feast days, like I said. That's how we keep track of our feast, man. All right? That's how we know the times, based off the moon cycles. All right? Or your months. Remember, the word month comes from the word moon. So on the 7th moon cycle, 10 days after that new moon. All right? That's the real calendar. Esau that came in with some equation where they got to add days, take away days. In the middle of the night, you just lose an hour to sleep in the fall.
Right.
And then in the springtime, you supposedly gain an hour. That's confusion, man. They done added months to the year. They done take every 2 years is an extra day in a year. That's fucking madness, man. Every 4 years, you know, that's madness.
Right. Like back, what was it? They the first was the Julian calendar.
Yeah.
And then they extended the days and the months in certain months and went to a Gregorian calendar, which before that we had our own calendar, which the brother had read the Genesis, the first chapter. Moses didn't have a calendar in the wilderness. Well, actually he did. It was the moon. Right, but he didn't have the Gregorian calendar, which we go off of today. All right.
Right. That's just the pride of Esau. That actually is prophecy. It's Daniel 7:25. They should think to change times and laws. So Esau had set up, and by Esau it's Esau Edom. All right. Esau and Edom is the same. That's the nation. that rules over us. The so-called, the self-proclaimed white man who is really red. You know? He changed the times and laws. He told you what's right and what's wrong. He told you what's wrong is right and what's right is wrong. And he changed the calendar, man. He fucked everything up. The year started in the middle of the day of the winter. Just at circle midnight, that's when the new year starts. Nothing changed at all.
No new life when everything's dead. It's a new year when everything's dead.
Which, when you really go into those things, it goes back to paganism, the worship of the heavens, man. It's the left hand. See, the heavens are made to keep actual time. Esau used the heavens to give you false time, but it's idolatry. It's the left hand side of everything. All things are double, you know. It's like you got it. Oh, that's what it said. It said that's the other point. It said a light decreasing in its perfection. That goes back to the end of the moon cycle. All right, the month goes from a new moon to half to full, decreasing from full to half down to half to new. And that's a complete moon cycle, man. It decreases in its perfection. You know.
I'm gonna go back. This is Ecclesiasticus on Sirach 43 and 8. Matter of fact, I'm just read it again. 6. He made the moon also to serve in her season for a declaring of times, in a sign of the word. From the moon is the sign of feast, a light that decreaseth in her profession. The moon is called after her name, increasing wonderfully in her changing, being an instrument of the arms above, shining in the firmament of heaven, which proved that, like he was saying, it got its own light. You know?
Right, which that lets you know that whole moon landing was a hoax.
Yeah.
All right, how you gonna land on the light? Okay,
You're gonna burn up.
it's like a light bulb. You know, you try to touch a light bulb while it's on, you gonna get burned.
Yeah, exactly. So which proved that it was heat. And then I actually did a video on that, proving that whole thing was a lie. Edomite out his mouth saying that, yeah, this whole thing was a hoax, it's a lie. He's saying it out his mouth.
They asked, I forget which astronaut it was, they asked him to swear in the Bible.
Right. A couple, like 2 of them.
I was one. They asked him, he refused to swear because he knows a lie.
Yeah.
But it said but that verse 8, it said the month is called after her name. The word month goes back to the word moon. That's how you get your months.
Yep.
It's based off the moon. All right, and it said increase a wonderful and changing. That's the moon cycle. The month starts off with a new moon and increases, and then once it increases, once it reaches that full moon, the cycle is over with. It's time to decrease, and that's the moon cycle, man.
Which that new moon is that new month.
That's right.
When you can't see that moon, when it's invisible to the eye.
Well, you can see the moon, you can't see the light. The light don't shine as bright.
Yeah.
That's what you call invisible light.
Yeah, kind of. You know, it's like
That's what Esau calls
you
it.
can see the aura. The beauty of heaven, the glory of the stars, an ornament giving light in the highest place of the Lord's Yahweh. So yeah, man. So this is how you really tell time. This is how what y'all would call y'all Aztecs, which is the so-called Gadites. I mean, which is the Gadites, the so-called Native Americans, which y'all would call them. But the Gadites, they told the time, and then you got the Mayans,
Aztecs.
the Aztecs, Issachar. That's how they was doing it, man. They paid attention to the signs of heaven, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And that's how they was telling us, that's how they knew how to tell time. That's how they knew how to survive over here, paying attention to the seasons, man.
I actually got that.
Oh, okay.
The kings.
Yeah, this First Chronicles 12 and 32. Perfect. And of the children of Issachar, which were men that had understanding of the times, to know what Israel ought to do, the heads of them were 200, and all their brethren were at their commandment.
And when you look into agriculture, all right, they still use the Farmer's Almanac is still based off the Mayans calendar. You know, and the Mayans were, Issachar, but, they had Zebulon mixed in because it's Central America. But that was Issachar, man. That's who had the signs of the time. The Farmer's Almanac still to this day is using that calendar, man. All right, now we're not mystifying it because they didn't know when the world would end. that was something else. You know, Esau don't even know what the hell that meant, man. All right, but the Farmer's Almanac for the longest was still based off of that, man. Because Issachar knew what to do based off the signs of heaven.
Yeah, they were studying, man. The Lord gave them that gift. You know, that's how they knew what to do over there.
Well, you got to think about, even in the ancient world, before a clock existed, which a clock and a watch and all that shit is not accurate, okay? Mm-hmm. How did they know what time of the day it was? They used the sundial. Mm-hmm. You know, the heavens always been how you track time. You know, mm-hmm. Esau just changed the shit, man.
Yeah, actually they did that in this game, Zelda. They on one of the Zelda games, you gotta use the sun as a clock for the dial. On one of the missions to pass, you need to use the sun.
So you accurately check time, man.
Yeah.
Right. Even I forget which king it was. He asked him. Yahweh asked him, you know, like, what you want me to do?
You got it.
It's Isaiah 38:8. It said, verse 7, and this shall be a sign unto thee from the Lord, that the Lord will do this thing that he has spoken. Behold, I will bring again the shadow of the degrees, which is going down in the sundial of Ahaz, 10 degrees backward. Mm-hmm. So the sun returned 10 degrees, by which degrees it was going down.
Right, the Lord reversed time. Damn. It was an article on that proved, I mean, the scriptures is proof enough, but it was an article that came out where Esau mentioned that it was time missing or something like that, and they went to the scripture to justify what happened.
That's cool.
Oh, man. Oh,
Yes, I got the time where it was a new moon, and King Saul at the time, you know, had beef with King David, or well, he was David at the time. He wasn't king yet, and he was having a talk with David was having a talk with Jonathan, all right, about, you know, pretty much warning him like, yeah, you know, just. If I throw the spear here, or however he said it, he's like, then don't show up, you know, because my dad wants to kill you. So this is that account. So this is 1 Samuel 20 and verse 20. Let me see. I'll get to the point. Verse 24. So David hid himself in the field, and when the new moon was come, the king sat down to eat meat. And the king sat upon his seat as at other times, even upon a seat by the wall. And Jonathan arose, and Abner sat by Saul's side, and David's place was empty. So this is happening on the new moon. Okay? Verse 26. Nevertheless, Saul spake not anything that day, for he thought something had befallen him. He is not clean. Surely he is not clean. So King Saul was thinking like, why ain't David here? He's like, he probably unclean. You know, probably had sex or something. You know, who knows what? Probably more than likely that's what it was. But he recognized that King David was absent.
It was the Sabbath on that day, I believe.
The new moon. Yeah, it was on the new moon. So then it says, verse 27, and it came to pass on the morrow, which was the second day of the month, that David's place was empty. And Saul said unto Jonathan, his son, wherefore cometh not the son of Jesse to meet, neither yesterday nor today? So here it is. It's saying that on the new moon, David wasn't there. So on the morrow, which is the following day, which is, as it said, the second day, all right, King David wasn't there as well. So that lets you know that the new moon starts the beginning of the month, all right, which today is a new moon, which starts the beginning of the month, and the morrow, meaning tomorrow, will be the second day of this new moon cycle. All right, you got a thing called the lunar calendar. You got it shows you like a regular calendar, but you'll see the moon as a regular circle, and it every 7 days from then, it shows you how the brother was breaking it down. The just the regular moon as in the new moon, and then it shows you the half, the full, and then the half decreasing, and then it brings you right back to the new moon again, which that gives you that what was it, the 29.5 days? Mm-hmm. All right. So clearly, 1 Samuel the 20th chapter lets us know the new moon was the first day, and the morrow, the following day, was the second day.
Mm-hmm. And they was having a feast. I got a precept. This is Psalms 81 and 3. It says, blow up the trumpet in the new moon in the time appointed on our solemn feast day. Which this is a solemn feast day. This is the day when, you know, we get that what we doing right now. We doing a video giving praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. You know, doing his will, doing his work. This is a feast day. So that's what they was doing. They was having a feast day on the new moon. While they was all out there sitting and eating, giving that feast to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. You know? But you people don't understand that because you so far gone and brainwashed by the wickedness and not getting brainwashed by the truth. Because brainwashing is cleansing your mind back to the truth, man.
Right.
You people are brainwashed by the wickedness. Y'all washing y'all
brain dirty. They ain't even brain. They brain dirty.
Brain dirty. Y'all got all that dirt on y'all brain from this wickedness. Which y'all need to clean it up and start understanding what's the truth. Because now, when this truth come out, you don't even know if you're doing wickedness, because some people believe that the Sabbath fall Friday to Saturday. You know, which that's not true, because Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, it's not in the Bible.
Right, those days didn't exist even in history until you reach we'd say it's modern history, not even really ancient. You know, Rome technically is not ancient.
Yeah, nah.
You know, those days didn't exist in ancient history.
No, it didn't.
You know, they added that, man. And in that verse, it said, can you read that verse one more time?
Oh, the Psalms 83?
Yeah.
The Psalms 81 and 3. Blow up the trumpet in the new moon in the time appointed on our solemn feast day.
Right. So that lets you know that the new moon is the holy day itself, because it's the Sabbath. And it dictates the other feasts for the month, for that month cycle, man. You know, and I got a precept for that. This is Psalm 104 and 19. He appointed the moon for seasons. The sun knoweth it's going down. So the moon, you know, like the sun is used to dictate the time of the day. The moon dictates the season, man. All right? That's how you know what month you're in. And different months fall in different seasons, you know, like Hanukkah. You read in Maccabees, it mentions Hanukkah, and it mentions it being during the cold, you know, during the winter. You know, and we happen to be in Hanukkah at this moment. What's today's date?
The 3rd?
Yeah, we happen to be in Hanukkah at this moment, man. And that Hebrew word for seasons right there, when it says he appointed one for seasons, it's the Hebrew word mawa'ah, and it's the same word in Leviticus 23 when it goes into, it means your set feast, all right? It means your feast, appointed season, sacred season. Because when you read the Leviticus 23, when it's a feast day, it don't mean it's a day where necessarily it's a feast to eat. You know, that's, you know, for some days that's true, but like the Day of Atonement, that's a feast day, but it means, that word feast right there, it really means a sacred season. Mm-hmm. That's how you know what season you're in. This is the season and month for these holy days, for these holy days, for this holy day, for that holy day. You know? It's the same word in Leviticus 23 when you get there. Mm-hmm. And what is like verse, I believe even in the first verse, it mentions it, man. It's I just scroll down. Yeah, verse 2. Speaking to the children of Israel, said to them concerning the feast, it's the same word, Mawa'ai. Concerning the sacred season, this day, this set time, of Yahweh, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations, even these are my feasts. Or even these are my, what did it say? Appointed time, sacred season, appointed meeting. Because that's what we did. We met, we congregated. 3 times a year. All the males have to appear before the Lord. And those days were dictated off the new moon.
Yeah. Correct.
If I can back you up.
Of course.
This is John 10:22. And it was at Jerusalem, the feast of the dedication, and it was winter.
Yeah.
Right, and you find that where? In the Apocrypha, which that lets you know that that's part of the scriptures. Going into that, to the time of the Maccabees, it gives you the whole history of why that day was cut.
Oh, yeah, I found that article. But fuck that article. Because Esau was a liar, man. The Bible is proof enough. Esau was a fucking liar talking about he was a computer to look at this and look at that. They can't track all that shit. But nevertheless, it's true, man. I'm gonna make sure I say that, man. Fuck that article. Let me clean that up, man. I looked through that shit. Man, if that ain't no, look, you either got faith or you don't. The Lord said it happened, man.
I got a scripture.
Real quick, so this is First Maccabees 4:52. Now on the 5 and 20th day of the 9th month, which is called the month Kaslu, in the 148th year, they rose up betimes in the morning and offered sacrifice according to the law upon the new altar of burnt offerings which they had made, which is talking about the feast of dedication.
That's right. And Yahweh Shai kept it, which let you know that the Apocrypha is very valid and canon, man.
And Amalek actually kept it during this time this year. I looked it up. Amalek is actually keeping it now.
Yeah, it's that winter.
They was talking about it, the freaking at the White House and shit. What's her name? Kamala's husband or some shit. He was talking about this shit. He's like, we get to keep Hanukkah at the White House for the first time in history.
Right.
Like, boy, that ain't got nothing to do with you, Esau. Get your ass out of here. You was the one that defiled the temple.
They got a whole made up story for Hanukkah. 8 candles that magically burn.
Yeah.
And that's why they keep. That ain't got nothing to do with why we have a feast of dedication, man. Our temple got sacked. All right, and the Lord allowed the Maccabees to redeem us from the hands of the heathen temporarily, for the most part. All right, and we celebrated, man. We give gifts because we were happy about it, and that's what happened again, man. All right, the Lord is going to take us out of the hands of the heathen. All right, He's going to establish His temple again. That's going to be dedicated, and we are that temple, man. We are that body of Yahweh Shai. All right, the feast dedication is going to play out on a grand scale this time, man. We're going to be delivered, and we're going to be dedicated to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. It says, man, real quick, Salakia. This is Isaiah 6:13. But yet in it shall be a tenth, and it shall return and shall be eaten as a teal tree and as an oak whose substance is in them when they cast their leaves. So the holy seed shall be the substance thereof, man. All right, we're going to belong to the Lord again, man. He's going to call us His children again, man. What Yahweh Shai said the third day, I will build this temple over. And He said, He was talking about His body. And Colossians, the first chapter? I believe it's the first chapter, makes it clear that we are that body of Yahweh Shai. That's a precept to the Isaiah 6:13. I really wanted the precept to Isaiah 6:13, but it still gives the same point. We belong to the Lord, man.
So we can come back. The Lord is bringing us back, man. Back to our heritage. This is our heritage. This is what we follow. This is the reason why we got kicked out. Because we can't keep the Sabbath, man.
I got a scripture. This is the book of Amos 8 and verse I'll start at 4. Hear this, O ye that swallow up the needy, even to make the poor of the land to fail, saying, when will the new moon be gone, that we may sell corn, and the Sabbath, that we may set forth wheat? So here it is. According to the scriptures, going into the law, on the Sabbath day you're supposed to rest. You ain't supposed to buy, sell. You're not supposed to have sex. You know, you're not even let your servants work. Nobody work. You know, it's a day of rest. All right. So here it is. It's talking about the new moon and the Sabbath. So here it is. They're saying, when will the new moon be gone? So they could do what? That we may sell corn. All right. And that's what you're not supposed to do on the Sabbath, is to sell. So this is tying in the new moon as a holy day, as how the Sabbath is. Okay. And then it also says, and the Sabbath, that we may set forth wheat. All right. What was that? That's probably my son. I'll double check. But that lets you know that the new moon and the Sabbath are hand in hand. You know. I'll be right back.
Got the scripture. This is Ezekiel 46 and 1. Thus said the Lord Yahweh, the gates of the inner country that look toward the east shall be shut the 6 working days, but on the Sabbath it shall be open, and in the day of the new moon it shall be open. You know, like he was just explaining that we're not supposed to be working on the Sabbath.
And the new moon is counted as a Sabbath, that's right.
Yeah.
Did you drop something?
And the priest shall enter by the way of the porch of that gate without, and shall stand by the post of the gate, and the priest shall prepare. And the priest shall prepare his burnt offering and his peace offering, and he shall worship at the threshold of the gate. Then he shall go forth by the gate and shall not be shut until the evening. Likewise, the people of the land shall worship at the door of this gate before the Lord Yahweh in the Sabbath and in the new moon. Like we supposed to be, you know, like we doing. We giving praises right now. We worshiping Yahweh Shem Shai. We doing a beautiful video. We ain't doing no servile workout, you know, the carnal work. We doing the work of the Lord, and we giving praises to Him. You know, letting you people know this is our heritage. This is what we supposed to be doing. You know, and this is what's coming back. And these heathens know that they're losing now. They know that this is over with. That's why you got a lot of these other nations even telling the truth, saying, hey, we need you back in the land. Like some Arab lady. She was like, we need the so-called blacks and them back in the land. Y'all are the real Israelites, and when y'all not here, this place gonna keep just turning into chaos and all of that. Cause they know who we are, which they should have. That's the case. Should have been saying that. But Psalms 83, y'all all had a part of putting us in slavery, and y'all got benefited off of it. So all you nations, every last one of you will go into slavery under us because of that. Y'all took our heritage away. So don't think, because it's just the so-called white. It's not just him. It was y'all too. He needed help. He couldn't do it all by himself. Esau ain't that damn wrong. You know? So, hey, y'all all got to pay for that. And that's what's going to happen. You know, that's why the Lord is waking our people up. The elect of our people. Let me make sure we correct that, because two thirds is not going to come back to this. They going to come back to it in the kingdom by destruction and be nutsack Israelites, man. You know?
Right, they gotta be born back.
Through sex.
Right, through sex.
In the kingdom of heaven, because sex will be in the kingdom of heaven. All that fairy la stuff y'all be talking about, it's not true.
Right, well, that's because they don't understand the difference between the resurrection. You know, when Yahweh Shai mentioned the resurrection and said they were going to be as angels, he was talking about, Lord willing, us being lifted up from the earth. That's us in the chariots. All right, that's being resurrected. That's us being lifted up. But what does it say in Revelation? The kingdom of heaven shall be on earth, New Jerusalem. Mm-hmm. The Most High shall dwell with men. When you get into the scriptures, we looking for what? Our own country. That's Hebrews. That's us getting our land back. Obadiah talks about the saviors. We're going to possess the land of Eden. We're going to have our lands back. We're going to have our land back. All right? Salvation is us getting what the Lord promised our forefather Abraham. Us having a land and nation without end. And we're going to repopulate that land. All right? We're going to, it's going to happen. Isaiah, it says, a little one shall become a strong nation. Yep. How is one man going to become a strong nation? You know? By doing a deed. Simple.
I got you real quick to prove the brother, back the brother up. Isaiah 60 and 21. Thy people also shall all be righteous. They shall inherit the land forever. The branch of my planting, the work of my hands, that I may be glorified. A little one shall become 1,000, and a small one a strong nation. God. I Yahweh will hasten it in his time.
That's right. Oh yeah, Yahweh Shai said what to the disciples in Matthew 19?
Yep.
Peter asked, "We forsaken all, what shall we receive?" He said, "You that forsaken all in the regeneration, you should sit on the 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel, letting the hierarchy. The 12 apostles, all right, are next in line under Yahweh Shai as far as the rulership. Which all 144,000 are priests and kings. There's still an order. Like we have order now. There's no king above King David, outside of Yahweh Shai and Yahweh. All right, but then it says what? You shall receive 100-fold houses, 100-fold mothers, children, and wives. Mm-hmm. All right, we're going to receive wives. Isaiah 4:1.
Yeah, no, right?
What is it?
He said I let the first one slide, but then he said some other goofy stuff. You got to go.
You already blocked it?
Yeah.
Damn, I ain't gonna get to see it. You still got it on screen with us?
Yeah, still on.
Let me see.
I got Isaiah 66. And
you ain't got no beard, man.
Right.
You can't teach nothing, man.
It says Isaiah 66 and 22. For as the new heavens and the new earth, which I will make, shall remain before me, saith Yahweh, so shall your seed and your name remain. And it shall come to pass that from one new moon to another, and from one Sabbath to another, shall all flesh come to worship before me, saith Yahweh. All right, and again, it's having the new moon and the Sabbath pretty much like one and the same. Because during that, what were we going to be doing? What we're doing? Well, we're not going to be doing this in the kingdom, but we're going to be praising the Lord.
Yeah, we ain't gonna be teaching, man. Ain't gonna be nobody on the highways and the byways anymore.
In the kingdom.
I don't know.
You were Israelite?
Somebody said that goofy stuff one time, man. Ain't nobody gonna be preaching in the kingdom, man. We wouldn't have to do that. The Lord gonna give us the laws downloaded in our mind.
They're gonna teach other Israelites.
Yeah, man. Exactly. The only ones we gonna be putting in order to worship the Lord is these nations, because they gonna have to worship Yahweh Shai under our government, under our rulership. They can't go off. Ain't gonna be no homosexuality going on when we rule it. Ain't gonna be nobody eating no abominable foods, cats, dogs.
And when we catch you going off, you're gonna get judged.
Exactly.
Because it talks about them, the nation that will not serve us, they gotta get judged. The nation that will not come up for the Feast of Tabernacles, they won't receive rain. They're gonna get judgment, man. They're gonna get plagues.
Exactly.
You know? They still gonna be in the flesh. They're gonna go off and fuck up. You know, we're gonna judge them, man. Whether it's light judgment, mercy, but when they go off, judgment. Rolling with a rod of iron.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says those who will not come and worship before the Lord, they're gonna make the rain stop. You know, shit.
You know, send that drought anyway.
Oh, I got that. Zechariah 14
Yep.
and 16, and it shall come to pass that everyone that is left. Salaki, and it shall come to pass that everyone that is left of all the nations which came against Jerusalem shall even go up from year to year to worship the King, the Lord of hosts, and to keep the Feast of Tabernacles. And it shall be that whoso would not come up of all the families of the earth unto Jerusalem to worship the King, the Lord of hosts, even upon them shall be no rain. And if the family of Egypt go not up and come not, that have no rain, there shall be the plague, wherewith the Lord will smite the heathen that come not up to keep the Feast of Tabernacles. This shall be the punishment of Egypt, and the punishment of all nations that come not up to keep the Feast of Tabernacles.
Exactly. You know, all them heathens gonna get judged, and it kind of proved that we ain't no damn Egyptians either, man. For you Hotep niggas out there, man. You know, so they gonna get judged. You know, so that we ain't gonna be a part of that, man. So stop worshiping that Hotep stuff, man.
You got more of that?
It says, in that day, so that was the point.
I got one to back you up. This is Isaiah 60 and 10. And the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls, and their kings shall minister unto thee. For in my wrath I smote thee, but in my favor have I had mercy on thee. Let you know this is talking about after the Lord, like it says, I will turn away the captivity of Israel. You know? So the Lord jacked us up. He's going to have mercy upon us. So much mercy that the heathen's going to build up our kingdom. Read Joel the 3rd chapter. We're going to do to them what they did to us. We're going to put them on slave ships. We're going to sell them. All right? That's part of the curses coming upon the heathen. Deuteronomy 30, starting at verse 1 through 7. We fucked up. We in the land of our captivity. We remember ourselves. We're going to get saved. And the heathen's going to go through what we went through. But I'm going to keep going. Therefore thy gates shall be open continually. They shall not be shut day nor night. That men may bring us the forces of the Gentiles, and that their kings may be brought. So they're going to be service to us, man. Here's the point. For the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish. Yeah, those nations shall be utterly wasted. The glory of going right back with that Zechariah, man. So we're going to have to put these heathens in check. They're going to get judgments, man. The glory of Lebanon shall come unto thee, the fir tree, the pine tree, and the box together, to beautify the place of my sanctuary, and I will make the place of my feet glorious. Alright, so letting you know that the kingdom is going to be on earth. Yahweh Shah is going to rule this earth. You know?
Mm-hmm. It's going to be a beautiful thing.
I got something real quick. This is the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary. So I looked up new moon, right? So when you look up new moon, it says see calendar. So then I go to calendar, and it says calendar during the Bible period time was reckoned solely on astronomical observations. Days, months, and years were determined by the sun and moon. There you go. It clearly lets you know. The scholars know that the way they absorb time was by the moon for the month, and then the sun for the hour of the day.
Plan. Real quick, group.
Ooh, and that word calendar, it goes from goes to the word, the etymology, calere, to announce, solemnly call out. And the feast days are called what? Solemn feasts.
Damn.
Whoa, shit. This is from Salakia.
It even says also see feast as well. So let me look that up.
Khan. It says this is from Calare to announce solemnly call out as the priests did in proclaiming the new moon that marked the calends.
That's a cut, man.
Yep.
That's a
A
cut.
precept for that
Oh, yeah.
is Baruch 6:60. For sun, moon, and stars being bright and sent to do their offices or are obedient. So like Esau say, all of the planets, they rotate, but then they'll slow down. He'll try to put his mix in it, but now the Lord has everything doing what it's supposed to do.
Yeah.
Exactly how it's supposed to do it.
Khan.
It's in order. The Lord put order in everything, man. Esau is the one who corrupted and threw things off, man.
Yep.
Change
That
times.
fucking article. This man said, what's the point of the 7-day calendar? Say we're used to it because Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we expect the Monday, we expect the Tuesday. But it doesn't correlate with anything. It says months go into years, minutes go into hours, hours to months, months to years. What's the point of a 7-day calendar? What does it go into? Bitch, look at the heavens, man. That's the moon. Every 7 days is a quarter of the moon cycle.
Well, Esau is the devil because
How you want to get rid of the 7 days? What's the point? They don't want you to have a Sabbath.
Right.
They don't want you to get no rest.
I know exactly. Working 12-hour shifts, 16-hour shifts. Got people busting their backs in these warehouses. Then by the time y'all don't even let them retire till they damn near 70.
Right.
They all broken down.
He'll keep the hours for that. You better be there exactly at 6 a.m. on the hour. Yeah. Keep
Monday.
Well, yeah, they don't want to get rid of hours and minutes. They want to get rid of the 7 days though.
Okay.
You gotta have your hours and clock in.
Exactly. Which is the devil, because that's what he did, man. I got a precept just to back that up. This is Isaiah 24:4. The earth mourneth and fadeth away. The world languished and fadeth away. The haughty people of the earth do languish. The earth also is defiled under the habiters thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant. That's what they did. They changed everything. And that's what the brother was talking about, that Edomite saying it don't matter. It does matter. This is very important. This is the only day the Lord asks you to just give all to Him. One day.
Once a week.
Like, man, I mean, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with you people? You got you some of you women, y'all can't even hold out and not having no sense. Or if he can't do it, then I'm gonna go get the next dude.
Oh, man.
That's just how show you how wicked you people are. Y'all can love the desire of the flesh. Y'all really love that flesh. That flesh ain't fed, man.
Shit, you got some Israelites, I forget what camp it was, they were saying you could have sex on the Sabbath.
That's bugged out. That's going off. That's not sound doctrine.
I found it. The title of the article is, it says, we live by a unit of time that doesn't make sense. The 7-day week has survived for millennia, despite attempts to make it less chaotic. So it's been around all this time, but Esau wanted what? Change the ordinances, man. You get Daniel 7:25 real quick? It says, days, months, and years all make sense as units of time. They match up, at least roughly, with the revolutions of Earth, the moon, and the sun. But wait a minute. The sun correlates with the moon, with the weeks. The moon correlates with the week, man. Esau talking about the rotation. You don't know how fucking fast the Earth is spinning all this shit. They tell you all this madness, man. It says the sun knows it's going down. The sun is moving around the Earth, man. Get over it. See, Esau, his lies, man.
Straight like
The sun is moving around the Earth. And the moon is used not based off of how it's spinning around the Earth necessarily, but it's about the visibility of that light, man.
Yeah. Esau say the earth been around 1,000,000 years.
The fucking devil.
How can you prove that? Oh, we found this rock. And this rock been here for 2.5 million years.
According to my calculations,
Esau's own scientist tells you that carbon dating is only accurate for between 12,000 I believe it said between 12,000 and 15,000 years. Which, of course, is only accurate to that fucking how long the Earth has been around. Fucking assholes. Man.
Right. Even Esau's own carbon dating, proves that he's wrong because they found a dinosaur fossil, a T-Rex leg bone. And according to them, the dinosaurs been extinct for billions of years, the Cretaceous period, whatever period, right? But in this bone, this T-Rex, it was a female T-Rex bone.
So-called T-Rex.
Right, so-called T-Rex. This bone, this dinosaur bone, it still had blood vessels in it, red blood vessels.
God.
And that can only go back so far until it actually corrodes and disappears in the marrow, which lets you know that whole carbon dating shit is fake.
Oh yeah, it's like your parents tell you, when you tell a lie, you gotta tell the lie to cover up a lie. The whole dinosaur shit and the formation, how they look, that goes back to Cope and Marshfield, man. They was going back and forth trying to get the position of the U.S. government. I forget the name of the position, but whatever it's called. I forget the title when you excavate bones. But whatever that is, they wanted that job, so they just started putting the bones together how they thought they would look to outdo one another, man. You can look it up. It's called Cope and Marshfield. Look up Cope and Marshfield Wars, man. Two archaeologists. That's what they want. They want to be the archaeologists for the fucking government, man. They was going back and forth for us. They started putting the bones together. Yeah, man, look at this mysterious creature. This had to be millions of years ago. Not considering that animals were bigger back then. So a Komodo dragon back then looked like some freaky deaky dinosaur shit. Different birds, like pelicans and shit.
Right, you got a damn alligator, crocodile. That's a big ass lizard. It's a damn dinosaur.
Right, man. It says weeks, however, are much weirder and clunkier. A duration of 7 days doesn't align with any natural cycles or fit cleanly into months or years. And now look, it don't fit. Weeks don't fit clearly with your months because you change time and it's confusion. Mm-hmm. It makes perfect sense according to the real calendar. The day starts the evening, so each month will have 29.5 days. Right? 29.5.
Yeah, 29.5.
29.5, because the day starts at evening. So by the time the end of the month comes, it cuts off when the sun sets. And you multiply that by 12, what's that, 354? Mm-hmm. That's just perfect, man.
354 days.
That's perfect math. Simple. A complete year cycle, man.
Yep. I know 365.
Sometimes 365. Sometimes it's more.
Yeah.
Every 4 years.
Yeah, sometimes.
He's so weird, man. Look.
That's how you know it's off, man. It's like sometimes 365.
Put your clocks back in hours, guys. We need to fix the clock.
If your birthday is on February 29th, you'll never get no birthday party.
Right. So you 30 years old.
My uncle's birthday's on that. He's like, I'm 30 years old. His ass 60 something years old.
Right. It says right. But then look at the next line, man. And though the week has been deeply significant to Jews, Christians, and Muslims for centuries, people in many parts of the world happily may do without it or any other cycles of similar length until roughly 150 years ago. So they throw out true time, which the real Jews would keep, all right, and say this is all new. No, man, we did it right. Esau, you came with some weird variation of it, and you fucked it up. And you fucked it up.
Mm-hmm. That's why the Lord gonna destroy y'all. I'm gonna finish that.
Hey, hold on. The week as we know it, a repeating cycle that has 7 distinct days and divides work from rest, which is what it's supposed to be for. It says has been around for about 2,000 years since ancient Roman times. The Roman week itself been to 2 separate presidents. One was the Jewish Sabbath, which occurred every 7 days. The other was a rotation of 7 days tracked by timekeepers in the Mediterranean. That's the confusion. They start mixing shit up instead of just sticking to the real calendar, man. Mm-hmm. They start just changing shit up, man. Somebody hit that Daniel 7:25.
God, Daniel 7:25. And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws. And they shall be given into his hand until a time and times and a dividing of times.
Con. So Esau, when we got put in their hands, they changed this shit up, man. What we had was holy. They changed and put their shit where holiness is supposed to be at, man. And this just goes into more and more confusion in this article. They say how every year the 26th don't fall on a Thursday. So they talk about changing the calendar again so it can be a perpetual where every year the 26th of November be on a Thursday or whatever. Just an example. That's madness, man. That's not how it works. It's supposed to be the 7th day of this moon cycle. That's the same every year.
Right.
It's flawless.
I know, man. They trying to ruin everything. That's why the Lord gonna destroy y'all, man.
Right. That goes to show you that the Lord, this is a creation. It's made perfectly. Like, this shit just didn't happen. Like, little atom collided into another one and a huge explosion, and this all just made itself perfect on its own.
They pulled that bull crap on
Come on, man.
Family Guy. You know, the Lord don't work like that. The Lord do everything decently in order. But I'm gonna finish this out. This is Isaiah 24:6. Therefore have the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burnt, and few men left. Y'all gonna get destroyed. Lord gonna burn y'all ass up, and you elites that's hiding in them caves, y'all gonna get snatched out by the man of the Lord, and you going straight into slavery. All you elites of you nations, because it's gonna be an elite of every nation that's gonna survive the destruction, you know. And y'all gotta go into slavery, plain and simple. And y'all gonna get wherever you hide, you gonna be in the space. And not technically y'all like this above the earth. Y'all ain't even past the Ben Allen belt. You can't even pass it. So y'all gotta decide wherever you hiding up there, you gonna get snatched down. Wherever you in the water, Leviathan gonna get you. Because you ain't gonna escape.
Yeah, they show you that in the movie Elysium. They had their little space stations orbiting the earth and shit. The elites of the nations, you know. While the rest of the nobodies to them are suffering on the earth, you know, because they know that there's gonna be a judgment day, and they want to try to get out that jam. He's trying to find a loophole.
Yeah, they all knew about a judgment. Yeah, and when I used to dig and watch all the Illuminati video, all the elites knew that a judgment, because they're like, man, it's terrible. We can't tell the people, man. They minds ain't gonna be able to handle this. They was even afraid. Like, they like, are you afraid even talking about this? You like, yes I am. Cause what's about to come is, man, I can't tell nobody. It's like, cause they know what's about to come. They know Yahweh Shai coming with them angels, man. You know, you about to get destroyed, man.
And this is Isaiah 47:12. It says, stand now with thine enchantments, and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so be, thou shalt be able to profit. If so be, thou mayest prevail. Thou art weary in the multitude of thy counsels. Let now the astrologers, the stargazers, the monthly prognosticators stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee. Behold, they shall be as stuff. And when you look up a lot of these things, they go back to when it says that Satan will be loose for a little season, going back to the time of the Renaissance. A lot of these lies and a lot of this shit goes back to the Renaissance. It said, verse 14, behold, they shall be as stubble. The fire shall burn them. They shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame. There shall not be a coal to warm at, nor fire to sit before. All right. So all of the bullshit, all of the lies, and all of the stuff, even the stuff that we don't know about the season, because you know what I'm saying, it's a lot of stuff that do correlate to your personality and stuff, but it's not the horoscope. That's just stuff that Esau added and stuff that goes into witchcraft. God.
All right.
Okay. Hey, so you got anything, Matthias?
Nah, that's it.
Kind of. Well, hey, Yahweh willing, this was an edifying lesson to those that needed to be edified. Till next time, we're going to give all praises, honor, glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakar Kodash. We're going to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to the hopeful elect, pushing this word in truth and in sincerity. To the Israelite foreigners scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, the speckled bird, all right, who may look like the heathen nations, and to the very few sisters that listen and learn. All right, to you, Shalom, and the Bible ball. Shabbat Shalom.
That was a good response. Like, Coach Joe ass can't get in.